Hey everybody, Tom Barnes, stories from the 78 outside the Studebaker Theater at the Fine Arts Building. The Empire Strips Back starts April 11th, goes through May 4th. Yes, that is on purpose. I'm going to talk to Princess Leia, Angel, who plays Princess Leia, for this story from the 78 to talk all things burlesque parody that is The Empire Strips Back. So let's go inside of the Studebaker. All right, so between now and May the 4th, you have time to come to the Empire Strips Back right here at the old Chicago Fine Arts Building at the Studebaker Theater. I'm with my friend Angel Strittmatter. Did I get that right, Angel?
Yes, that's correct.
You play Princess Leia. How are you?
I'm good. Yes, I play Princess Leia. I also play Taun, Luke Skywalker, Twi'lek, as well as a Stormtrooper.
That's a lot, I imagine, because this show is probably like 90 minutes long or so. So everybody kind of does a few things in this type of show, right?
Yeah, it's about a 2-hour run of the show, and there are about 10 performers. We're playing a lot of different roles and really trying to take you into the Star Wars galaxy.
And part of the galaxy is the costumes. I mean, this is a burlesque parody, but the costume, why don't you just show me a little bit of what the costume is that you've got going on here?
Yes, absolutely. So today I'm dressed as Princess Leia. I have the boots, I have
let's
the
see the
robe.
Boots. Let's see the boots.
Yes.
There we go. All
absolutely.
Right.
I have the robe, her buns, of course, which is my real hair, as well as the belt.
And the other characters that you played, how does that work with changing, learning the routine and all that stuff? Because I imagine being a 2-hour show, there's a lot for you to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pretty quick process. A lot of the times it's about shifting your brain just to make sure that we're really understanding the character as a whole and that we're actually bringing them into a true feeling of the Star Wars galaxy while also bringing forth elements of burlesque and parody.
So in the show, what are some of the things that you do as far as the performance? Is it a true burlesque? Is it a little bit of something else? I mean, dancing, what do you got going on in the show?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely an homage to traditional burlesque. We are really bringing the audience into a sultry, sexy version that is more of a theatrical performance and interpretation of these Star Wars characters. So think of it as Star Wars with some burlesque, some seduction, and a little bit extra.
And the story throughout, is it something that people have heard before as far as when they come in and watch the performance go through, or is this something completely different?
Yes, it does follow the tracks of the traditional Star Wars film. So if you've seen the movies before, you would definitely have a great understanding of the show itself.
And I think that the costumes and the props and everything are true to the movie itself, right?
Yes, absolutely. We try to get the costume detailing. Oh, there's my companion R2. We try to keep the costume detailing as close to the movies as possible, and we really pride ourselves on our detailing.
And how do you interact with R2 during the show? Is this kind of what you do? Is there other things that you do, or are there other characters that interact as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So it is similar to the movie where R2 is my companion and he is definitely taking me forth into the galaxy far away.
So definitely hands-on and a little bit immersive for the characters in the show to be able to interact with the props.
Yes, very immersive. I'm definitely dancing with R2 and we are living in that Star Wars world.
So to do something like this, I imagine it takes hours and hours of prep, especially being that you are a couple different characters. How does that work with your practices in your run? Do you practice during a run, or is it kind of practice and then the practice at that point when the show starts is the show?
Yeah, absolutely. So we start off by just learning the routines on an individual basis, and then we kind of culminate it into a duration of a show where we alternate playing a variety of characters and just kind of work our way up to creating the show that you will see in theaters.
And you've been dancing for theatrical reasons for most of your life. You're from Minnesota, you're out in LA, and now you're on this. I imagine this is one of your more favorite things that you've done in your career.
Yes, absolutely. I grew up watching Star Wars, so it's definitely an honor to be Princess Leia and also to dance with some of my favorite characters on stage. It's such an immersive experience, and I've been very grateful to dance pretty much since I was 3 years old. So I get to do what I love with the people that I love and the characters that I love.
Now, before you started with this show, did you know much about Star Wars, or did you have to learn a little bit of the Star Wars universe? Because it's not like it's one movie. There's 9 movies, a whole Disney Plus thing that they got going on. There's a lot in the universe that is Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, if you really went down the rabbit hole, you could go on for hours and hours literally with the Star Wars universe. But I grew up with brothers and my family was Star Wars fans, so we kind of watched them in order of they were created. So starting off with kind of the last 3 and then going into the first 3.
And as far as the the show is concerned, how many performers are in the show about, that would be able to put on something like this?
Yeah, there are 10 performers and then also an MC. So we alternate different roles and we work together to really create a show that brings you into the Star Wars galaxy.
Now, this is just one of the sets that are in the show. How many different set pieces are there? I imagine there's a lot of crew members in the back getting all these set pieces ready to come in and out of the show.
Yes, absolutely. We could not make any of this happen without our production team as well as our wardrobe team. And we have about 15 different sets. So throughout the show, you will see a lot of different variations of the Star Wars universe.
What's your favorite one? Not to put you on the spot or anything,
Yeah.
but why not?
I think I really love being Princess Leia just because I always looked up to her. She was such an iconic princess, not just because she was a leader, but also because she wasn't a damsel in distress. I don't think that was something that I always had growing up. But another favorite would probably be being a Stormtrooper.
Oh, okay, all right. What part of the show is that happening for folks that are watching?
That happens in the second act.
The second act. Well, so you guys are here between now, April 11th is when the show opens up, conveniently ending on May the 4th.
Yes.
Which gives you plenty of time to come out and check it out. But as far as, I imagine you encouraging people to dress up in their favorite character when they come out here, make it a whole audience participation type of thing.
Yes, absolutely. We love interacting with our audience, and even if you haven't seen the Star Wars films, this is definitely an entertaining show that I think that all people would enjoy.
And best time or place to get tickets, I don't know if they have a box office here, but I imagine online is a good spot?
Yeah, you can get your tickets today at theempirestripsback.com.
Awesome. Angel, thank you so much for taking time to chat with me. R2, thank you. Stormtroopers, all of you, thank you so much. Good luck on the run of show. I imagine it's pretty exciting to do something like this in an old historic room that is the old Studebaker Theater here in Chicago in the Fine Arts Building. I imagine it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. It's such an honor. This is such a beautiful historic space, and just being back here in Chicago, again, from April 11th through May 4th is going to be a really fun run.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate it very much, and good luck on the run.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, so that is the story from the 78 here at the Studebaker Theater, Tom Barney, Chicago, at gmail.com. If you have a story from the 78 suggestion, go to the website, storiesfromthe78.com. I've done this story before. There's a whole other story about Chewbacca and the whole thing. Be sure to check that out. We'll see you later.